worsen the country's default rate. But on another issue, as you know, Madam Secretary, much has been said around the country about sanctuary cities. Some people believe that sanctuary cities, I think erroneously, are jurisdictions, municipalities that harbor hardened, violent criminals. Others, as myself, believe that sanctuary cities provide a safety net. For example, so a parent, a mother, can take her child to school, undocumented child to school, without the fear that the principal or teacher may call ICE on her and her family. And we've gotten a bunch of reports. Here I have a newspaper report of an LA father detained by ICE while dropping his daughter at school. We have another one even of another father detained by ICE after dropping a 4-year-old at a daycare center. A student in Boston who engaged in a nonviolent altercation with another student. That information was shared by the authorities, and that led to his arrest and potential deportation. Do you support this administration's action that parents should be arrested right outside of school when they're waiting for their children because of their status as they pick up their child?
Congressman, thanks for the question. I would just say we are both a nation of laws and we are a compassionate people. And I think it's important that we follow. I think it's important that we follow the laws of the land. And if it's important that laws be changed,
I ask you a question. Can you give me a yes or no answer?
This body to do so. We are a nation of laws, and we are a compassionate.
That's not a yes and no answer. I would appreciate if you give me a yes or a no.
As I said, I think we are a compassionate people.
That's not it.
And we know that we are also a nation of laws, and we need to respect and honor both. And I urge this body in Congress to do its job and address where there are deficiencies in the law.
Let me just remind this committee that I don't feel that this was a direct answer, but let me just say this then. There are many undocumented children attending schools right now all over the country. And do you feel that government, we in government, should fund the education of these children?
Well, of course we do, because this was a Supreme Court decision rendered many years ago. And so there are undocumented children in K-12 education today that we support and we give education to on a daily basis.
Let me take the previous questions. Inside the school, if a principal or a teacher finds out that a certain child is undocumented or his or her family's members are undocumented, do you feel that that principal or teacher is responsible to call ICE and to have that family reported?
Sir, I think that's a school decision. It's a local community decision. And again, I refer to the fact that we have laws and we also are compassionate. And I urge this body to do its job and address and clarify where there is confusion around this.
Well, you've said that you basically set out the rules and guidelines for education. That's what the department does across the country. Do you subscribe or support a teacher's ability? Or in this case, for example, in the Boston case, back in January 21st of 2018, where a young person engaged in a nonviolent altercation, meaning that there was no violence involved, with another student, and that information was shared with the authorities, leading to the arrest and potential deportation of that young person. Do you subscribe to that kind of action?
Again, I think these issues are state and local issues to be addressed and dealt with, and I refer back to my previous answers.
Let me just remind Madam Chair that immigration law is federal law. It's not local law. It's not governed by a municipality. It happens right here in Washington, and it's countrywide. And you cannot have immigration law for one state be different than for another state. It applies to everybody across the country. Thank you, Madam Chair.